Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about the top 5 Indian sports stars. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. It is not your fault if you were born poor, Bill Gates once said. It is your fault if you die poor. The world's richest man didn't start off that way. Many of our country's legendary sports figures are also proof that where you come from does not always determine where you finish up. They are living proof that tenacity and dedication can alter your destiny, and that success is within your grasp. They are the offspring of farmers, laborers, and small business owners. They've been through a lot, and their families have had to give up a lot to get them on the right track. Despite coming from such humble beginnings and despite all odds being stacked against them, they made a place in the world for themselves, and went on to win national and worldwide renown by simply working hard, and never giving up on what they loved. So, here are 5 Indian sports heroes' rags to riches, stories that will inspire you. Number 1. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. MS Dhoni, the legendary man who took India by storm, is a co-owner of Ranchi-based hockey club and Chennai-based football club Chennaiyin FC, a man under whose captaincy India won the World Cup in 2011. A man whose life is so inspirational that a biography film based on his untold life was released in 2016, and broke the box office in less than a week. A man whose life is so inspirational that a biography film based on his Dhoni was born in Ranchi, where his father Pan Singh worked in a junior managerial role with a private sector corporation, despite his family's origins in Uttarakhand. Dhoni excelled in sports in school, and was chosen to play cricket in the Vinu Mankad Trophy Under-16 Championship in 1997-98. From 2001 to 2003, he worked as a train ticket examiner (TTE) at Kharagpur railway station for Indian Railways. His co-workers recall him as a trustworthy and honest worker with a playful side. Dhoni has multiple captaincy records, including the most Test and ODI victories by an Indian captain, as well as the most back-to-back ODI victories by an Indian captain. In 2007, he was awarded the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award, and in 2009, he was awarded the Padma Shri. Dhoni is presently the Vice President of India Cement Limited, the firm that owns the Chennai Super Kings of the Indian Premier League. Dhoni was placed 23rd on Forbes' list of the world's highest-paid athletes in June 2015, with earnings estimated at $31 million United States dollars. Number 2. Mary Kom. Chungne Jang Mangta Mary Kom, also known as Mary Kom, was a Manipur fighter. Kom was born in the Manipur town of Kangathay. Mangta Tompa Kom and Mangta Akam Kom, her parents, were subsistence farmers who toiled in jhum fields. She has been helping them in the fields and caring for her siblings since she was a child. Mary faced a lot of pushback when she decided to take up boxing, a sport that has historically been associated with men. She is now a 5-time world amateur boxing champion, and the only female boxer to have competed in all 6 world championships. She is also the only Indian woman boxer to qualify for the 2012 Summer Olympics, when she won a bronze medal in the flyweight, 51 kg category. She also became India's first boxing gold medalist at the Asian Games. A woman so inspiring that Priyanka Chopra herself directed and acted in a film about her life. Number 3. Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh used to travel 10 kilometers barefoot to get to his school in what is now Pakistan. In the violence that erupted during the partition of India and Pakistan, he witnessed his parents, brother, and 2 sisters being slain right in front of his eyes. Milkha was fortunate enough to make it out alive. He then moved to a refugee camp in Delhi, where he briefly lived with his married sister. He was also imprisoned in Tihar for traveling without a ticket on a train. His sister eventually sold her jewelry to obtain his release. Milkha was so dissatisfied with his life that he considered becoming a dacoit. However, a friend convinced him to join the Indian Army in 1951. He was introduced to athletics and received his instruction here. Milkha won gold medals in the 400 meters at the 1958 Commonwealth Games, the 200 meters, and 400 meters at the 1958 Asian Games, and the 200 meters and 400 meters in the 1962 Asian Games. In 1958, the Indian government awarded him the Padma Shri. A film based on the life of this remarkable man, starring Farhan Akhtar, was also made. Number 4. Deepika Kumari. Deepika Kumari's story is a classic example of an individual struggling to rise above obscurity. Deepika Kumari, the current world No. 2 archer, won a gold medal in the women's individual recurve event at the 2010 Commonwealth Games. The gold medalist's proud parents are Shivnarayan Mahato, an auto rickshaw driver, and Geeta Mahato, a nurse at Ranchi Medical College. The parents live in Ratu Chati hamlet, which is 15 kilometers from Ranchi. This brave woman began practicing with bamboo-made bows and arrows, because her family couldn't afford professional archery equipment. In the year 2012, Deepika Kumari received the Arjuna Award, India's second highest athletic honor. Number 5. Vayne Desingh. Vayne Desingh, a bronze medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, is the son of a Haryana roadways bus driver. Vayender's father worked extra, as a bus driver to help pay for Vayender's and his brother's education. Vayender and his older brother Manoj wanted to train boxing in order to provide a better life for their underprivileged family. After Manoj was accepted into the Indian Army with his boxing credentials in 1998, he chose to financially sponsor Vayender so that he could continue his boxing training. Vayne Desingh was awarded the Padma Shri in January 2010 for his exceptional contribution to Indian sports. Here are a couple extra entries to get you started. PT Usha or Payoli Express. PT Usha's father worked at a tiny garment store and was born from a humble family. Usha had a lot of health issues when she was little. Miracles are conceivable if all hardships are understood. PT Usha won 4 gold medals and a silver medal in track and field at the 1986 Asian Games in Seoul. From 1982 to 1994, Asia's sprint queen won 4 gold medals and 6 silver medals in 4 Asian Games. Her most incredible run occurred during the decade's Asian Athletic Championships, where she won a total of 22 medals, more than half of which were gold, 14 exactly. The struggle is always more exciting than the triumph. Usha won 30 worldwide sporting prizes and titles for excellence in athletics, as well as more than 100 medals, in addition to the Padma Shri and Arjuna Awards. The Pathan brothers. Their father made relatively little money as a muezzin in a mosque. Yusuf and Irfan learned to play cricket at the mosque where they grew up. Irfan didn't have decent cricket shoes for a long period. Despite their difficulties, the lads persevered and eventually went on to represent India. Irfan Khan Pathan has more than 100 test wickets to his name, having progressed from a little lad whose deliveries wouldn't reach the other end of the cricket ground to player of the match in a World Cup final. Yusuf is noted for his batting prowess, which includes rain boundaries and sixes. The Pathan brothers started their dream venture, the Cricket Academy of Pathans, in September 2014. Former India coach Greg Chappell and Cameron Trudell have joined the academy as primary mentors. Coaches at the academy are coached by Chappell. Op Jaisha. There's no disputing that this year could be a watershed moment for Indian women in sports. Op Jaisha was one of the women who had to fight her way into the field. Her father died in an accident when she was 5 years old in Kerala's Wayanad district. All 3 daughters were left in the care of her depressed mother. After her father's accident, their primary source of income, 3 cows, perished, leaving the family hungry for days at a time. On a few times, she even had to eat mud to stay alive. It's a long way from trekking kilometers and selling milk to qualifying for the Rio Olympics. She began with a bronze medal in the 1,500 meters at the Asian Games, then went on to break the 19-year-old women's marathon record at the Mumbai Marathon. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.